Newspaper delivery? Really, Elle? What on earth are you doing a stupid thing like that for? I've noticed you keep disappearing first thing in the morning, and I was wondering what the hell you were doing. Of all things, why newspaper delivery?
Well, I need money. I'm really broke right now.
What do you mean you're broke? How is that possible? What on earth did you spend the money on?
Well, I didn't spend it on anything in particular.
If you didn't spend it on anything, then where's the money? You should still have it, right? What did you spend it on? I promise I won't get mad if you tell me honestly, so just say it already.
But you're already mad.
Fine, well, I won't get any angrier than I already am, so just explain yourself. Get on with it. What did you spend the money on? I mean, I'm giving you $200 a month for our living expenses. How much more could you possibly need? You probably spent it partying and shopping, didn't you? Stop living so excessively. I'm not made of money, you know.
Do you really think that two people can live on $200 a month in this country? We've had to get by using my personal savings this entire time. And if not for that, we wouldn't have been able to survive.
Oh, please, don't be so dramatic, Elle. $100 for each person is more than enough. And don't forget, I'm paying all of our rent out of my own salary. This is a huge financial strain on me, you know?
The rent is $900 a month, right? And then on top of that, you give me $100 per person for our living expenses. But as for the rest of the money, you have a complete monopoly over it.
Well, yeah, duh, it's my money that I make off of the sweat of my own brow. How can you call that a monopoly? Of course I'm the one who has control over it. You've got a problem using the money I earn for my own needs?
Well, that's exactly why I'm doing my newspaper delivery job. You understand, right? I can't live on the amount of money you give me every month, so let me start earning for myself.
You must be joking. If someone sees you riding your bike around delivering newspapers, what are people gonna think? Everyone will say that I'm a no-good, useless husband who forces his wife to work because I'm not a proper breadwinner. Use your head for once in your life.
No one is gonna think that. This isn't the 1950s, you know. Double-income couples are the new norm these days.
You just stay at home and do whatever I tell you to do. Got it? Everyone in my family is also worried too. They reckon you're just an idiot who doesn't know how to make a budget. So before you complain about how much I'm giving you, learn how to handle money properly.
Look, I don't really mind what your family says. That's their business. But putting that aside for a minute, I want to talk about the real issue here. It isn't a question of me not knowing how to handle money. The amount I get each month is just impossible for anyone to get by on.
Don't try and lecture me. I take the time to consider how much you need very carefully each month, so just shut up. You have enough, alright? You remember that old reality show where the contestants survived for a month on $100? Just watch that and copy what they do or something. It's easy to figure out, really. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Figure it out yourself.
Wait, so your careful consideration is based off of an old reality TV show? You've got to be kidding. Well, if that's what you've decided, then it is what it is, I guess. For now, I have $100 a month for living expenses. Fine, but what about spending money?
Huh? What are you on about?
I don't have a single cent to use for myself, you know? I am a young woman, right? I want to go out to cafes and see my friends and stuff, but I need money to do that. And living on $100 a month means I can't go shopping or buy makeup or anything. Half my clothes are like rags at the moment, you know?
So what? You have a husband now, so it's not like you need to worry about attracting people anymore. Who cares? You're trying to get attention from other men or something? Whoa, are you trying to cheat on me?
Yeah, right. Even if I wanted to have an affair, I don't even have the money to go on one date. What do you think? Can you afford to give me some pocket money so I can get out and meet a real man?
Don't even joke about that. Are you trying to emasculate me or what? If you don't shut up right now, I'm never forgiving you. You hear? I'll kick you out of the house.
But I can't survive on this amount of money. $100 a month is just ridiculous no matter how you look at it. You say you're not going to give me anything more to live on, but I'm also not allowed to get a job and earn my own money. Then what am I supposed to do?
I told you already, figure out how to budget. It's not my fault you don't know anything about handling money. So make sure you cook on a budget. Keep it cheap, okay? But it still has to be healthy, and I won't eat it if it doesn't taste good, got it?
You think on $200 a month I can cook cheap, delicious, healthy food for 2 people? In this country? You're out of your mind. I'm sorry, but you need to look at this realistically.
Yeah, right. Like an unemployed layabout from a dirt poor family like you would know anything about realty.
Oh, come on. Do you really have to say it like that? That's over the line. And if you want to bring upbringing into it, someone like you who was born into a wealthy family and never had to budget before ought to be less informed about money, right? Look at it logically. I'm the one who's had to struggle all my life. I'm the one who got used to living frugally from a young age. The only one who's out of touch with reality is you.
How dare you speak to me like that? Who do you think you are? You think a destitute gutter rat like you has any right to lecture me? You think you're better than me or something? You wouldn't be able to survive if I didn't earn money for this family, idiot.
So that's the attitude you've chosen, is it? Fine then, whatever you say. Sorry a gutter rat like me try to give their opinion about things. In that case, I'll just have to do what I can to get by with $200 a month. But I don't want to hear any lip about what food I end up cooking, okay?
I don't want to hear any more lip from you, period. Now just shut up and get on with it already. Hey, Elle, is now a good time? How did everything go? What did my brother say to you? Is he gonna increase your budget?
No, it sure doesn't look like it. He wouldn't even listen to a thing I said about it. Well, I can't say I was caught off guard exactly. These days, he doesn't listen to much I say about anything, but especially when it comes to money.
Oh, I see. That sucks. I'm really sorry about him. You don't deserve to be treated like this.
No, don't worry about me. I'm just glad that you understand where I'm coming from with this. To be honest, I thought his family were all completely on his side this whole time. Whenever Jeff brings you guys up, he says you all think that I'm a bad wife who doesn't know how to handle money.
Well, as a matter of fact, Jeff said that you've been sick recently and going in and out of the hospital, so I got worried and decided to reach out to you. I'm sure you can imagine how shocked I am about all of this.
I was shocked too. I had no idea he was receiving money from his parents for my treatment, and to think he's been hiding it from me this entire time. Looks like he's just been using the money just to play around every month. And on top of everything, he lied about me being sick. So stupid. He should know that he'd get found out immediately if any of you tried to contact me.
Jeff has always treated you so poorly. He looks down on you and gives you a hard time because it makes him feel better about himself. And he thinks we're the same as him? That's why he thinks he can get away with telling a stupid lie like that. But honestly, now that Mom and Dad know the truth, they're beyond furious. They're even talking about disowning him and stuff like that. That's how bad it is.
Oh, I see. Wow. I have to admit, with the way things are, I've pretty much made up my mind on getting a divorce. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Thank you so much, Edward. Now I know that you and your parents are all actually on my side. I feel so much better. I'm really glad you took the time to get in contact with me.
Don't worry about it. If anything, I should be apologizing for not messaging you sooner. I feel like we might even be the ones responsible for his crazy ideas about money. Mom and Dad are reflecting on it too, saying they must have made a mistake with him.
Oh well, I suppose growing up with that amount of money, it's no wonder he's got a bit of a warped sense when it comes to finances. When it really comes down to it, I don't think the real problem is the money, it's his attitude. The root of the problem is that he's an arrogant jerk that doesn't listen to other people.
Well, you're definitely not wrong there. Man, I'm realizing more and more that I should have contacted you sooner. You've had it really rough, haven't you? I'm sorry. Jeff said no one should try to talk to you because it would just cause you more stress, so I've been holding back this whole time.
Right. And since Jeff's been telling me that you guys all thought I was a terrible person and that you said I was unworthy of him, so I didn't think I could say anything to you. This whole situation is because of his self-centered and dishonest behavior. But I'll make sure to expose him for this.
Yeah, that sounds great, honestly. If there's anything we can do to cooperate with it, don't hesitate to let us know. We're on your side, Elle.
Thanks, Edward. I feel so much better already. But are you really sure about this? He might be a jerk, but he's still your brother.
No, I'm sure. He's been a bully since we were kids, really. Even when I was a baby, he used to steal my favorite toys and then claim they were his and not let me have them back, just so he could brag to people about how many toys he had compared to me. That's the kind of person Jeff is. I've known it all my life.
Wow. Sounds like you've had it pretty rough too then. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel any guilt about whatever happens to him next. He probably has it coming. Do whatever you want to him. I support you. Don't hold back.
Okay, got it. Just leave it to me then. I'll ruin him for sure. He'll be destitute when I'm done with him.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, what the hell is going on with dinner? How am I supposed to eat this cheap, nasty food? Have you lost your mind or what?
Well, I thought it was fine. And anyway, with the budget I'm on, this is all I can manage unless you want to go hungry at the end of the month.
The hell if I care. Make something edible, damn it. I can't believe you'd try serve me such filth at the end of a long day. Aren't I your husband? Didn't I tell you that I wanted lobster?
You think I can afford to buy lobster on this budget? Are you crazy?
Huh? What are you trying to say? You think I'm not earning enough? You're trying to call me some kind of cheapskate?
Well, come on! You really think it's realistic to eat lobster on a $200 a month budget? You're out of your mind, Jeff! What's with your sense of money? Have you even looked at the price of seafood recently? We live in Kansas, for crying out loud.
Shut up, don't you dare speak to me like that. I'm earning money for us, aren't I?
Barely! What do you even make, $2,000 a month? Then half goes to rent and utilities, a paltry $200 for food, and God knows what you do with the rest.
You have no business complaining. $2,000 is a lot better than nothing. You should be thanking me that we still have a roof over our heads.
Well, you know what would help us to earn more so you can get closer to eating that lobster? If you let me do my newspaper delivery job. I could earn more doing that than you can being a freelancer who only works a few days a week.
There you go again, talking back to me. Are you trying to humiliate me even more than you already have?
I'm not trying to humiliate you. You say that every single time, but I'm just telling the truth. And just so you know, I know the truth about your money. About how your parents are sending you pocket money every month. I know everything.
What? How did you find out about that?
And I know you lied to the rest of the family about me being sick and told them not to contact me. You sure have it great, don't you? Using everything but the bare minimum for our living expenses only on yourself, plus a little extra from your parents. You're scum!
What the hell? Who told you about this?
Edward did. He was worried about me, so he contacted me even though you told him not to.
That idiot. What does he think he's doing? He never listens to me.
So what did you do with the money? Be honest.
I went drinking with my boss and my colleagues. It's part of the company culture. When we finish up for the day, we all go out for a few drinks. It's tradition, so I can't say no, okay?
Tell me concretely, what exactly did you spend the money on?
Oh, you know, I had to spend it on networking and stuff. You know how it is. Cigars, whiskey, things like that.
You mean dive bars and strip clubs?
We often discuss the future of our company over some entertainment. It's part of the job. You wouldn't understand.
That's not a part of the job. That's just a bunch of part-timers having fun after a shift.
Well, fine. Think of it however you want. But I needed to spend the money. You wouldn't understand even if I explained, but men need to have these kinds of connections in life. And whenever there are new guys at work, I treat them to drinks. You know how it is.
At least wait until you become the manager or something before doing that kind of thing. You're just showing off. Don't you think it's embarrassing?
Huh? What would you know about it? Don't you mock me. No matter what, I'm still earning $2,000 more than you every month. You have no right to complain.
Whatever, Jeff. Anyway, I've decided I can't deal with your crazy sense of money anymore, so I'm divorcing you.
Wait, what?
I've already talked to everyone in your family and they agree that I should leave you. Maybe if you'd reflected more on what I'd said and allowed me to have a decent amount of money each month, or at the very least let me get a job so I could have my own income, it wouldn't have come to this. But I guess it's too late now, since it seems you're determined not to change your ways.
No way, you can't divorce me. Are you crazy? And what do you mean, my family thinks you should leave me?
Yeah, they found out about how you lied about me being sick. They were quite furious about it, I heard. They're even bringing up the possibility of disowning you.
What? They can't do that. If they disown me, then where does that leave me? Why would they go that far?
Isn't it obvious? You lied about me having health problems so they would send you money for my medical expenses. Then you used almost all of that money for yourself and only gave me a measly $200 a month to get by on. Of course they want to disown you, hearing a story like that. You understand what you did was a terrible thing, right?
No, see, I had my reasons. You can punish me however you want, but you can't let them disown me. If they disown me, I could lose my job, and then I'd be on the streets.
Yeah, I guess so. After all, your parents got you your current job.
You wouldn't let that happen to your own husband, would you? You're a good person.
Well, it's out of my hands at this point. How about you try talking to them yourself?
You gotta be kidding. Hey man, no matter how many times you try calling, Mom and Dad aren't gonna answer the phone. They're absolutely furious at you. You might want to leave them alone to cool their heads. Don't talk to me like that. I'm your older brother. Show some respect, damn it. If anything, this is all your fault for talking to Elle even after I told you not to. You should apologize to me. Is that right? A word of advice. Mom and Dad can see this conversation, so you might want to chill out a bit. What do you think they'll say if they see you lashing out at me? No, don't get me wrong. I know I did a bad thing. I just lost my temper for a bit there, but I promise I'm reflecting on my actions. Oh, are you? I am. Trust me, I realize that what I did was wrong. I'm a changed man now. I'm full of guilt and shame about the trouble I've caused you guys. Great, that's an admirable attitude to take when you're in the wrong. Mom and Dad are impressed too. See, I told you I'm a changed man. Cool, in that case, you'll be fine with returning the money you scammed from Mom and Dad. Yeah? Huh? Returning it? I mean, now that you're a changed man and all, you'll want to atone for your sins or something like that, right? Well, the best way to make up for what you did is to give back all the money you swindled. It makes sense, right? I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from since you reflected on your actions. No, hold on a minute. I mean, I really have changed my ways, for sure, but I can't return the money. And why not? Well, I mean, I don't have the money on me anymore. You can't return what you don't have, right? I see, that makes sense. In that case, you can increase your amount of shifts at work and slowly pay back the money over time. Wait a minute, but what about my expenses? I still need money for rent, food, gas, and so on, you know? I see. And remind me, who was it that completely disregarded Elle's living expenses in the first place? If you really expect us to believe that you've mended your ways, then work hard and pay back the money you received. That's impossible. You don't understand. I'm in debt, you see, so I can't return the money. Wait, really? This is the first time I'm hearing about a debt. Well, I don't know if you can call it a debt, really. I just have a few friends I borrowed money off of, you know? So I need to pay them back first. Stuff like that. Tell me about it in detail. If you're honest about it, maybe we can consider what to do about the money from there. Oh, you know, I have a tab at the local bar, and I borrowed some money to go to a casino and a strip club. You know what? I wish I didn't ask. Forget it, man. I don't want to hear anymore. I'm disappointed in you. You'll have to return all the money you owe to the bar, your friends, and our parents. Not to mention alimony to Elle once the divorce is finalized. Hold on a minute. You can't be serious. Do you have any idea how broke I am right now? I'll never be able to pay all that. What if I starve to death trying to pay you guys back? Come on, man. What about my living expenses? How am I gonna get by? What's the problem? You said it yourself, didn't you? As long as you have $100 a month, you should be fine.
After that, Jeff, who'd been utterly rejected by Edward, found his options exhausted and was disowned by his family after failing to repay the money they'd given him. I also divorced him, of course, and all of the abuse and neglect that he inflicted on me during our marriage were reflected in the alimony. As it turned out, he'd amassed a debt of $10,000 between all the people he owed money to and his bar tab. Nowadays, he's living in a rundown apartment by himself and paying back the money slowly but surely. It seems he finally understands just how difficult it is to survive on $100 a month. After separating from Jeff, I started looking for work, and now I work at a major company. After everything that happened, I'm enjoying life as a single woman. While I don't have a high salary, I can't describe how great it is having spending money all to myself each month. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit the like button below and subscribe for more content.
Hey, Sarah. I'm coming home today from my business trip. Do you have time to talk later? I've got something to tell you. It's important.
Huh? Today? Yeah, that's not gonna be possible. I'm going on a trip with my friends. We just left the house a while ago.
You're going on a trip with your friends? Now?
That's right. I'll be gone for 4 days and 3 nights. My friends and I are going to a spa resort in Hawaii.
Wait, hold on a second. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about all of this? I don't remember you talking about going on a trip or anything like that recently.
Do I really have to tell you about every little detail of my life? My friends wanted to go to Hawaii, so we're going to Hawaii. End of story. And besides, if I want to go on a trip with my friends, I don't need your permission. You don't own me. Do you think I'm your property or something? What, I can't make my own decisions anymore?
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. If you want to do something, I would never stand in your way like that. I'm just saying that since you're going to be gone for 4 days, I would have appreciated it if you gave me a heads up or something, you know? If we weren't having this conversation, I would have come home and wondered where you were for 4 days.
Huh? What is this? Are you seriously trying to tell me what to do, Peter? It's not the 1950s anymore, you know. I don't need you to boss me around.
No, really. I'm not trying to boss you around or anything like that. All I'm trying to say is that it's just common courtesy to give your partner a heads up if you're going somewhere, you know? I have plans, and they kind of went into flames when you suddenly went on a trip like this without telling me. Normally, if someone's partner suddenly disappeared on them, they'd be worried sick. And, you know, we're married after all.
What? So what you're basically telling me is that since I'm married to you, I can't travel or do whatever I want, when I want? What, so if I want to go out and grab some coffee, do I need to sign out with you first? Is that what you're saying? Are you really that unhappy with everything that I do around here? Are you saying that I can't go out and take some time for myself?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
How about we just get a divorce then? Since you really hate me that much, I feel like that'll solve all your problems.
I never said anything about hating you. Why do our conversations always have to escalate so quickly like that? Why is it that every time I try to talk to you, you always bring up divorce? Why can't we just try to communicate? I feel like you're not listening to me. I wasn't trying to attack you or anything. I just want us to have a little more open and honest communication in our relationship, okay? If you were going on a trip, I would have liked it if you told me in advance. Even if it was just the day before, I would have appreciated it a lot if you gave me a heads up or something. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, so I was right. You just want to boss me around. I hate to break it to you, but it's the 21st century. Women aren't just some property that you can control. Let's just get the divorce. I can't be married to such a controlling man like you. I've run out of love for a misogynistic monster like you.
Come on. Can't we just try to have a calm discussion about this? All I want is for us to communicate a little more. That's all. Can we cut it out with all the divorce talk? It makes it hard to talk with you and work things out. I mean, how many copies of divorce papers have you already given me? This month alone, you've already given me 29. And if we include the one you just said you were going to give me, that would be the 30th. Why do you want to get divorced so badly?
Are you kidding me? You still don't get it? It's because you disobey me every single time I tell you to do something. You don't listen to me. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
I don't understand how wanting to have a proper conversation with you is considered disobeying you. What's wrong? Is there something that's making you unhappy in this relationship? Have I ever told you to let me know when you go out to hang out with your friends before? Have I ever criticized you for being a stay-at-home housewife and not doing any housework? Is it that I ask you to be a little more careful with our finances and not waste our savings?
Everything! I hate everything! You always act so high and mighty and complain about every little thing I do. I'm tired of your nagging. You're acting like one of those controlling husbands my friends always talk about. And I hate it.
Controlling? I don't think I act controlling at all. What did I say that was so wrong? I just want us to work together on this, okay? Since we're married, I felt that we should view each other as equals and try to fulfill the responsibilities we agreed to when we got married.
Huh? You think we're equals in this relationship? That's funny. You must be having a crazy dream if you think we're anything close to being equals in this relationship.
Aren't we?
No, we're not. And it's funny that you think we are. You want an honest conversation? Fine. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of pretending that we're equals in this relationship. So I'm going to explain this to you so you understand where your place is. Do you know who I am?
Well, we're married, so I would like to say that I do.
I don't think you really do, though. I'm the one and only daughter of the president of the world-famous Farnsworth Holdings Company. He basically runs this town. You're just the grandson of the chairman of a small business. We're not even on the same level. Your company is as insignificant as an ant compared to my father's. Worthless, really. I'm only here because my father insisted that I go on a blind date with you. And since I was such a good daughter, how could I have refused? It looked like he wanted to marry me off to you, so I didn't have a choice.
I guess that's true, but you could have refused, you know. I didn't know anything about that. If you were truly unhappy about all of this, I don't see why you agreed to marry me.
There you go again, trying to talk back to me. All you have to do is listen to me and do what I say. It's not that hard. What do you think would happen if I divorced you?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that.
Well, let me spell it out for you. Your little company would get crushed to smithereens. There's nothing in the world my father loves more than me, you know. I'm sure he would blow his lid if he found out you divorced his beloved daughter, don't you think? And then, do you know what would happen next? He'd contact all of his partners and make them stop doing business with you. You'd be out of a job without a penny left to your name after he destroys your company. Do you see where I'm going with all of this?
Don't you think that's a little unreasonable?
That's enough. Just shut up already. Stop questioning me. Do I still have to explain your role here? I'm going to make this really simple for you. All you have to do is shut up, make money, and do the housework for me. Everything I do is right, and what I say goes. I don't want to hear any more complaints from you. I'm a queen, and you're just my stupid little servant. If I say jump, the only thing you should be saying to me is, how high? And if I say bark like a dog, you bark. Got it? Don't you dare disobey me. I swear to God I'll have my father destroy you. Am I making myself clear here?
Crystal, I hear you loud and clear. You wanted a servant, not a husband, right? Someone to make money and take care of you. A servant who will do whatever you say.
That's right! You're finally paying attention. Since you finally understand your place, don't ever complain about what I do ever again.
I got it. I won't make any complaints or nag you about anything from now on.
Perfect! I'm glad we finally come to an understanding. Anyway, I'll be going on my trip now, so don't wait up for me. In the meantime, I've left the divorce papers on the counter for you. While I'm gone, take a good look at them and reflect on what you've done, okay? I expect to see a better husband when I come home. I'll see you in a few days. Hey, I'm heading home now, so I'm going to need you to pick me up from the airport. I'll be landing in about an hour. Don't you dare make me wait for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like that's not going to be possible. I won't be able to pick you up from the airport.
Excuse me? What do you mean you can't pick me up? Are you really going to disobey me again?
I'm not trying to disobey you or anything. I just thought that since you went on a trip with your friends, I'd go on a vacation too. I'm actually on a little trip myself. I went somewhere special to have a meeting with an old friend.
What? What are you doing traveling without my permission, huh? You didn't tell me that you were going out.
You went on a trip without telling me, but I can't do the same.
Oh, so you're talking back to me. Is that it? Get over here right now. I don't care if you have to crawl the whole way, too. You better be here when my plane lands.
That might be a little hard to do right now.
What do you think is more important? Your little trip or picking me up? I told you I would divorce you if you disobeyed me, remember?
I know. I'm sorry about that. It's just... I'm about to reveal the results of the investigation I had done on your affair.
What? An investigation? What are you talking about?
That's right. I know all about it. There's no need to play dumb. I've known about your affair for a year now. I suspected you were cheating on me, so I hired a detective agency to take a long, hard look into it. I'm about to receive the results of that investigation.
Wait, what? No, really. What are you talking about? I don't get it. What's the meaning of all this?
The day you went on your trip, I told you I had something important to tell you, remember? The truth is, I was actually planning on presenting the findings of that investigation to you that day. Unfortunately, you went off on your trip without letting me know, and I didn't have the opportunity to show you. We're being debriefed on the investigation right now.
What are you talking about? Are you serious? I would never cheat on you. How could you think I'd do something like that? Would you please stop talking about nonsense like that and just come and pick me up already? I'm starting to lose my patience.
I'm sorry, but I already told you that there's no point in playing dumb. I already know everything about your little affair. We've collected a ton of evidence proving it, too. We have all sorts of documentation, audio recordings, photos, and videos of your affair. We also have evidence showing that you went on a trip with your lover instead of with your friends. All on my dime, too. Oh, and I know all about who you're cheating on me with, too. It always pays to hire professionals. For the past year, you've been cheating on me with Roger Smith, 38 years old. He's been working alone here, away from his family, since his company assigned him to support a nearby branch office. By the way, did you hear that his company is doing great? They just went public. It seems like he's a successful businessman, earning approximately $100,000 annually. I see that he has a family, though. I never took you for a homewrecker. He has a wife and 2 kids, one in middle school and the other in elementary school. They're attending a highly prestigious school that integrates elementary, middle, and high school education. I wonder how much this will cost him in child support after he gets divorced. If we include alimony, too, we might reach my annual income, right?
Huh? What?
By the way, I also know how many times you've met him so far. It looks like you met him 215 times in the last year. It's like you've been seeing him every day for over 6 months. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised. Although, thanks to that, I have a lot of photos and videos as evidence of you cheating on me. There are pictures and videos that were taken at various locations, including his house, hotels, inside cars, and around town. You two have been busy, huh? You've been flirting in all sorts of places, and you weren't that shy about it. It was surprisingly really easy to gather all of this evidence.
All right. That's enough. I get it. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You're not as dumb as I thought you were. You caught me! Big whoop! I was cheating on you. What's wrong with that? Anyone would if they were in my shoes here.
Oh, you don't think you've done anything wrong here?
Of course not. I was forced to marry a pathetic man like you. The least you could do is look the other way while I meet a guy I actually like, you know? Isn't your company making huge profits because you're married to me? What's the big deal? I've already fulfilled my obligations as your wife by just being married to you. I should be able to do whatever I want just for that fact alone.
I honestly don't understand what you're trying to say here. You haven't fulfilled a single one of your obligations as a wife ever since we got married. You don't do anything around the house. You don't have a job. You don't support me. All you do is play around with your friends and waste all of our money. And to top it all off, you're cheating on me too. Wouldn't I be better off without you?
Oh, is that right? You'd be better off without me? So are we really getting a divorce this time? You can file for a divorce if you don't like what I do, okay? I don't care either way. You're the one that's going to be in trouble here, not me. If you divorce me, your company will go out of business, and you'll be out in the streets like the pathetic dog you are. Go ahead. If that's what you really want, let's get divorced then. I doubt you have the guts to actually go through with it, though.
Oh, I see. Then I'll tell your father exactly what you said since you don't mind. I'm actually with him right now, so it's pretty good timing. I'm sure he'd love to hear what you have to say about all of this.
What? You're with my father?
Pay attention. I told you I was in a meeting, remember? We were getting debriefed on your affair. The definition of a meeting is a gathering of people for a certain purpose. I did tell you that I went on a trip to a special place to have a meeting with an old friend. Do you know what that means?
Wait, what exactly do you mean?
I'm at your parents' house right now. Your parents are both here. All of us are examining the results of the investigation into your affair. Oh, and my lawyer is here too, of course.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Dead serious. Currently, everyone is holding a copy of the report. They also have a copy of the messages that you and your little boyfriend have been sending each other. We also have all the photos here and a voice recorder too, to prove without a doubt that you were cheating on me. The pictures alone are enough to fill a family's photo album. Oh, and we have the laptop where you two exchanged all of those messages too. We can see everything on that huge 4K TV at your parents' house. The images are crystal clear. Your father says he feels like he is living in a nightmare. He can't believe what he's seeing.
Why did you have to go and show all of that to my parents? Don't you think that's crossing the line? If you do that, we're really going to get divorced. Have you lost your mind? Do you understand what you've just done? If we get divorced, your company's done for, you know?
If we get divorced, my company's done for? Who decided that? It's pretty arrogant of you to think that you're the one who gets to decide that.
What? But...
I think there's been a huge misunderstanding here. If you and I get divorced, it's not me who's going to be in trouble, you know? It's your father.
Wait, what? What do you mean he'd be the one in trouble?
You see, although my company is small compared to your father's, we possess a certain patent that makes us pretty valuable. That patent is generating huge profits. Profits that your father wouldn't want going to the competition, you see. Besides your father, we've had a lot of other companies that wanted to do business with us. It appears that your father arranged for us to be married because he believed that he could secure various accommodations for a business agreement between our companies if you and I were married.
Then, that means... Are you saying that you didn't marry me so that you could cozy up to my father and gain favor with his company?
That's right. You've got it all backward. Your father arranged our marriage in order to gain better access to my company. Perhaps he hoped that having you be married to me would also help him secure a better deal. In other words, you've misunderstood things this whole time.
No way.
It's true that ever since I married you, your father's company has been providing us with significant financial resources. Although it was profitable for our company, the thought of being your servant outweighed any financial benefits my company would receive. My grandfather and parents have given their approval, so I have no problem with divorcing you. So let's do it. Let's get divorced like you've always wanted. I've got the divorce papers you left at home with me, and I've finished reporting the outcome of the investigation to our families. All I have to do now is file those divorce papers that you so kindly gave me earlier.
What? Wait. Just wait a second, okay? Don't file those papers. Can't we talk about this? We don't have to get divorced.
Huh? Why the sudden change of heart? Isn't this what you've always wanted? You've always wanted to divorce me, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you've made that crystal clear to me. Whenever I would try to talk to you about anything and try to work things out, you would always shout out, "I want a divorce." Remember?
No, this isn't what I want. I didn't know that this was the reason we got married. You were right, okay? I had everything backward. Please don't do this. Can't we just sit down and talk about this?
Nah, I think we're done talking. I won't be listening to your requests or demands anymore. I'm not your servant. You're not my problem anymore. You'll be bothering your parents from now on with your crazy demands.
Wait, listen to me. I don't want to get divorced anymore, okay? I'll be a better wife from now on. I'll do the housework and I promise to stop cheating on you.
It's too late for that.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood everything and made a mistake. We can still fix this. It was just one little mistake. Please, just think it over.
There's nothing to fix, and there's nothing to think over. I tried to make things work out between us, but you made it very clear that you didn't want a husband. You just wanted a servant. Oh, and by the way, I wouldn't consider seeing a guy behind my back over 200 times one little mistake. I don't think anyone would. But it's fine now. You're finally getting what you wanted. I won't complain or nag you about every little thing anymore. You're free. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You're responsible for your own actions now. I'm done. Farewell, my queen. After that, I immediately left my in-laws' house and filed the divorce papers that very same day. After returning home, I sorted through Sarah's personal items and carefully packed them away in cardboard boxes. I then sent the boxes to her through a cash-on-delivery service. I didn't want to pay to ship her stuff back to her, of course. Our company will maintain its business relationship with my ex-father-in-law's company. However, any previous preferential treatment has been eliminated, and they will now be treated like any other company we do business with. After that, Sarah was disowned by her parents and was forced to work for her father's subsidiary company. It looks like her life as a queen is over. My ex-wife is currently working at a low-level position, performing mundane tasks to earn money that she uses to pay me alimony. It must really bruise her ego to fall from a position of royalty to performing grunt work like everyone else. It seems like a fitting end for someone who looks down on others and uses divorce as a form of intimidation to get what they want.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.